We don't mean to mess up too many of his vocabulary, but James said it this way: religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself unpolluted by the world. I mean, you can't say, we think about being Christians together. We don't think about looking after the most needy. We think about Bible studies and high, lofty, moving worship moments. And, we have it all scoped out that way. And James says, it isn't getting better than this. You want to get close to God's heart. Find somebody that's in need, even if it's one of those insecure people that need somebody just to love them out of that brokenness. Now we get close to Father's heart, I think. The word compassion that Andy used. I had a good friend of mine give this illustration. It's really changed my life. He said, compassion in the English is the same compound word it is in the original. It's come and passion. The old English meaning of passion was suffering, like the Passion of Christ. And what he said was, compassion means to run to suffering. When my brother was dying of MS, his best friend at his funeral said, for the last year I couldn't stand to be with Rod because it was so difficult to sit there and watch him struggle with MS. And I think, boy, what love is rushing to suffering. It's not running away from. And I think a lot of our own religious convenience sometimes, people suffering, people going through tough times, parent dealing with the suicide of a child or death of someone they love or a sickness that isn't getting better. It's awkward, and so we kind of step away. But compassion is to rush to suffering. It's I want to be there when I don't know what to do. And this friend that was sharing this with me, actually he's a Methodist, one of those pastor types in the Methodist club. And he said the best picture of compassion on 9/11 is the firefighters and emergency workers. When everyone else is running out of the buildings, they're running in. They're running to suffering. We're all trying to run away from it. And people who are being changed by God, I think James gets to it, we're going to rush to suffering. We're going to find the people. The Psalm talks about taking the solitary, the individual, the person that's kind of alone, left alone in the culture, and bringing them into family. And that Father's family is big enough to contain that. And I think that really shapes what is this about for us. Just me finding fellowship so I'm happy, or is this me participating in Father's family in a way that, it does wonderful things in my life, but really puts me out there to give my life away. And maybe that's where we really discover what love in life is.